think by the excuse me, I think as a practitioner, it's the ongoing challenge anyway, and particularly when you're working cross-cultural, is how do you establish a working relationship? And neutrality is only a passing thought in the way through that, I think.
I think if you think, who are you and what do you know about us, is a kind of proposition that you'd get from pretty much anyone. Why are you here?
You raise or you refer to the term common ground. Now, that's something that we throw around a lot. As a facilitator, we use it as well for, it can be even just developing strategy. Let's try and get common ground and where we're going. In the context of your paper, however, you're calling on an elder from the Indigenous community, and it refers to something different. And I'd like you to just explain it to me a bit, or us a bit.
So common ground might be a way in the West of, oh, here's the starting point, we're here. We've got this, or it might be a platform. That's the other way to use it. We've got this base level. Here's the minimum that we've got together. And the way that Aunty Harriet Pootchemunka has brought, so I've worked with her, and she's got a national, she's Australian, she's a WIC woman from America, and she's got a national accreditation in mediation, maybe one of the first elders in Australia to do that. And again, she's brought the interpretation, the viewpoint of the culture to the table, because one of the key intersections between people is how they're related. And perhaps put simply, again, stereotyping, just like the farmers, is that often the dispute is you got to define yourself as not them. So I'm fighting with the not them, and they're fighting with the not us. And Aunty Harriet's methodology requires that she draws attention to their familial relationships, so she can tell a story about the genealogy, which places people closer, perhaps, than they'd like to be. And so that tension, that creation of that situation, will create a conversation. So it's usual cultural practice to discuss genealogies and how one is related, and but in a fight, it's often what makes you not them that's important. And so drawing attention to what makes us all us is a challenge, but also a kind of reference to setting off the conversation around that. So it's both an information, you can imagine a situation that could be resolved by better and clearer information in the West. Well, you might think, okay, well, that's better and clearer information for an Indigenous group, but it's also an invitation to a process. So in the process of discussing your relationships, the concept of reciprocity, what you require and what you owe, your responsibility to, and your ability to receive from in a matched and balanced way, becomes then the nature of the conversation. So that her status as an elder and the strategic application of that particular moment is important. I think it helps people. It's like, you might think, okay, well, let's try and fix this kind of thing. But it's in the joint session that she does this.
Yes.
And that has to be the case.
Yes, I found it just an interesting and useful interpretation.